Good morning, my dear friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Coding with Vinod. Today, I am going to solve a lead code problem on March 26. Let us see the problem. We should find out the minimum number of operations to make a uni-value grid. We should find out the minimum number of operations to make all the values in the grid are equal. It is medium level of problem, but it is a very easy problem. I will make you very easy. You are given an 2D integer grid of size m cross n and an integer x. In one operation, you can add or subtract from any element in the grid. In a grid, we can add or subtract the x. If they are given an integer x, we should add or subtract x from every element of the grid. A uni-value grid. What is meant by uni-value grid means it should contain all elements same value. Only one value. Contains one value only. That is uni-value grid. That means all the elements are equal. Return the minimum number of operations to make the grid uni-value. Let us take an example. They have given that 2, 4, 6, 8. Now, 2, 4, 6, 8 are the grid elements. To make uni-value, we can either select 2, either select 4, either select 6, either select 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Let us see if we want to get all the elements as 2. All the elements as 2. For the initial value 2, we have 0 operations. For 4, we should minus 2, that is plus 1 operation. For 6, minus 4, that is plus 2 operations. That means subtraction we are using, they have given that x as 2. They are given x as 2. For 8, minus 6, that is plus 3 operations. Total are 6 number of operations. Similarly, if we calculate for 4, then total number of, to get all the elements of 4, for 2, we should increment plus 2, that is plus 1 operation. For 4, it is initially 4, so 0 number of operations. For 6, we should minus 2, that is plus 1 operation. For 8, we should minus 4, that is plus 2 operations. The total number of operations are 4. Now for 6, similarly for 6, 4 operations will be done. 4 operations will be done. Now similarly for 8, 6 operations will be done. 6 operations will be done. So we should find the minimum number of operations. That is, here 6 number of operations, here 4 number of operations, here 4 number of operations, and 6 number of operations. Let us find the minimum number of operations here possible is 4. So the number of minimum operations are 4. If it is not possible to convert the grid into uni-value, not possible. Uni-value grid, not possible. If it is not possible, we return minus 1. We should return minus 1. So my dear friends, first of all, we should find out whether it is possible or it is not possible. Whether it is possible or not possible, we should find out this. To find out this, we have one condition that if all elements gives same reminder, gives same reminder, then it is possible. It is possible. It is possible. If it is returning different reminders. If it is initial condition, hashtag one condition, different reminders. If they are leading to different reminders, it is not possible. It is not possible. It is the first condition to check whether this grid is possible to make uni-value grid or not. So this is the initial conditions. Now, for every element, we should calculate the remainder. For every element, we should calculate the remainder. Calculate remainder for every element. Calculate remainder for every element. Reminders. Calculate reminders. For calculating of reminders, we are given 2 cross 3, that is M cross N matrix. Is it is possible to make it in 1D array? 1D array? Yes, it is possible, my dear friend. That is, iterating through the array elements of M cross N array, we are inserting into 1D array. We are inserting into 1D array. That is, we keep this as temporary array. We keep it as temporary array. We keep it as temporary array and we insert all these elements. We insert all these elements into this temporary array. After getting, this is the initial step, first step. This is the step 2. It is the problem discussion. It is discussion. It is first way. That is, we should convert 2D array into 1D array. Why? Because to calculate reminders. To calculate reminders, we do this 1D array temporary. Now, instead of finding all the temporary element reminders, first of all, we sort them, sorting them. By sorting them, it will become easy. It will become easy. It will become easy because adjacent elements should lead to same reminder. To lead to same reminder, leads to same reminder. To keep track of the same reminder or not, if we sort them, it will become easier. This is the second problem, second discussion problem. Next, let us see what are the difficulties faced to solve this problem. First, we should calculate the remainder. For calculating of remainder, 2D array, 2 cross 2 or M cross N becomes difficulty. So we kept it in a 1D array. If in a 1D array to calculate reminders, it will become difficult if it is not sorted. So we sort them. We sort them. Next, for now we have sorted and we calculate the same reminder. We got the same reminder. Same reminder. We have got same reminder. If it is different reminder, if it could be the different reminder, we would return -1. We would be written -1. Since it is the same reminder, here use the divide and conquer rule. Dividing and conquer rule. Dividing and conquer. It is not completely divide and conquer. We just want to find out the which is the minimum operation. Which is the minimum operation. Minimum operation. To find out the minimum operation, in the before example, you have seen that for 4 it getting for 2 it getting operations of 6, 4 it getting of 4 operations, 6 it is getting of 4 operations, for 8 it getting of 6 operations. Here, instead of finding from first onwards, that is for every element, we just to make more time complexity, that is to make more optimal, less time complexity, we first keep which we first solve for the middle element. Solve for middle element. First solve for middle element. Initially, I calculated for the from the first element. It is going time limit exceeded. So I have gone through this first solving of middle element. For middle element, to get all the elements to middle elements, it will become easier. Instead of getting, see my dear friends, instead of getting 2, 4, 6, 8, instead of getting all the values to 2 or all the values to 8, if we try for the middle elements, it will become less complexity, less complexity. So I tried for middle elements. If it is possible, here it is possible, here another condition, we keep track of answer rate. We should keep track of answer rate because we should return the number of operations now. So for every iteration, we calculate the displaced value. That means to for calculating of for 4, if we want to calculate for 4, the minimum operations, how much value it is displaced? 2 value plus 2 value. If you plus 2, then it will become 4. That is one operation. Here, one operation. Now this will become. For this, if we are wishing to bring to 4, then minus 2. Minus 2, that is plus 1 operation. That is subtraction also, addition also, same number of operations. So now it will become 4. For this element, minus 4. That is 2 operations. It is also 4. So these are the possible values. Number of operations for this is 4 number of operations are possible. So I think all of you have got the idea what are the difficulties have been for solving the problem. First of all, I have tried brute force method and the optimized approach. Optimized approach is from here. If you haven't understood, please once again watch this video. It is very easy problem. It is for every values. Initially we calculated for every value. So now there is a condition that if all the elements give same reminder, it is possible. My dear friends, please do not remember any conditions. Based on the problem, we should change our requirements. Based on the problem, we should change our requirements. So this is the optimal approach. Let us see the code of today's problem. It is very easy. What I have discussed in the above, the same thing is written in the code. Initially, what I have said, initially create a temporary array, initially create a temporary array and insert all the elements into the temporary array. That is, grid elements are inserted into the temporary array. Now, it is the first step. Now we should sort the array because to find out the reminders is to keep track of the same reminder or different reminder for adjacent elements. If we are tracking for the adjacent elements, it will become easier. Initially, reminder is equal to temporary of 0 modulo x. To calculate the remainder, modulo operator is used. It is a modulo operator. Modulo operator. Now, if for every element in the temporary array, we should calculate a remainder, previously calculated remainder. If it is not equal, then we return minus 1. They have said in the question, if not possible, if it is not possible, we should return minus 1. So we return minus 1. If it is possible, we calculate instead of for finding of the all the elements from starting one, we calculate for the middle element. That is median or middle element. For middle element, temporary, it is a temporary array of temporary dot length by 2. We how much value it is displaced. The how much value is this it is displaced is calculated using math dot absolute of medium minus num. How many number of operations? If we divide by x, then we get answer. For after all of the iterations, we at last we return answer. So, my dear friends, I think this problem statement, the brute force approach, is clear to all. Thank you, my dear friends. Have a nice day. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and share with your friends. It is a very easy problem, my dear friends. Let's meet tomorrow with another interesting question. Thank you.